It's the kind of thing that you never forget. Peek behind the curtain with Truettes.
Good evening, everybody. This is Samantha Lowe's.
Good afternoon to the rest of you. This is Rosie Burgess.
And you're listening to
Truettes,
the
the
podcast. I came with a dreamy evening voice just to get you lulling and relaxing.
Lulling.
Lulling.
What is lulling?
It's the thing you do just before you relax.
I can think of it, lulling.
You know, lull-a-by?
Yeah.
Lulling someone into a false sense of security.
I love it. I have never thought of that as being a verb that I could embody.
You should get lulling tomorrow.
I'm going to try out a bit of lull time.
Yeah.
Guys, dinner's going to be late. I'm lulling. Is it something that you do to other people, lulling them into something? Or is it like, can I lull myself or...
I think that it's something that you can do for others, other people can do for you, and also you can, like when you're texting someone and something was funny, you just go, I'm lulling.
Lull?
Yep.
I love it.
Oh, we're catching up with me this week.
Sam Lowe's this week.
Yeah?
Anything particularly special happening to you this week?
No.
Oh, wow.
No. You're not allowed to... Okay, I'm putting this bell.
No, kids,
That's my
don't take it away.
only
Look,
thing-
here's a good spot for it right here on my side.
I just pop it here.
No, don't. I can't get to it.
Yeah, something happened.
Shit, that was loud.
You're not allowed to. Sorry, guys.
Oh, I
Bet you
feel
that lulled you.
I feel like I should be allowed to have access to the bell.
No, because you've got your little teapot stance with your arm.
It helps
Everyone
me.
listening out there, Tiffs, she's got her arm out and she's got a point to prove.
I'm always a little teapot. It helps balance me out. So as you can see,
The-
right now I'm
the-
sitting with one leg on the couch. So I need to be balanced with one arm like opposite and opposing the direction of the leg. It's very comfortable. It's very comfortable.
It just reminds me of the lesser known teacup song. I'm always a little teacup.
Teapot and spell. Here is my thing.
I'm ready to get you
Here
out.
is my elbow. Here is my snout.
Now I'm a little piggy. Kick me out.
Oh, tip me over, snort me up.
Oh, getting into late night disco piggy. So
I'm a little teapot. Piggy, 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 and shout. All right, this week, did you have anything that you wanted to talk about for this week?
Yeah.
What's been happening for you this week,
We're
Sam?
having our lovely friend Lyndall from Canada.
Yes.
Staying.
For dinner?
We had her for dinner. She was delicious,
Excellent.
bit sinewy.
She is quite muscly, so
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't eat meat, so I don't know whether or not you want to eat a muscly animal or not.
Well, I've left you some in the fridge to taste, so we couldn't. George and I couldn't get all of her down.
But would you eat? Would you prefer a muscly animal or a not muscly animal if you're going to eat one?
Oh, I don't know, actually.
Okay,
Maybe you don't want too much fat.
so that's why you don't see like bodybuilder cows.
Yeah,
You don't want too much fat, but you don't want their muscles to be too strong.
yeah. Arnold Schwarzenegger chickens. Bark, bark, bark.
I
That's
don't
me
know.
doing I'll be back as a chicken.
Yeah.
Bark, bark, bark.
Well,
Anyway, she's been hanging out
yeah.
and we got pulled over by the cops.
Ooh.
So we were driving along, doing our thing, and the cooler bag that was on wheels in the back of the van started rolling around. Lyndall from Canada, this is obviously how they do it,
Yeah.
just takes the seatbelt off while I'm driving along
Yeah.
and gets in the back and starts to fix it. She goes,
That's
I
what
won't be
like.
long.
See, Lyndall's a fixer. She's like, problem,
Go get
fix
her.
it.
Yeah.
Straight away.
Going to do it. And
I
she's a bit
respect
of a
that.
risk taker as well. Like,
Yeah.
let's just do it.
I don't know if this is Canadian.
No, this
Like-
is just Lyndallian.
Right,
This
okay.
is Lindellian.
Yeah, fair.
Anyway.
So she's fixing this, what'd you say, cooler bag?
Yeah,
that's
like a
rolling
esky
around.
bag, but it was on, you know those ones that pull up with the handle?
I do.
Because
I know
we've got it.
Yeah.
It's our
ours.
bag.
Yeah.
Do you know that bag?
I know that bag that we have.
I'm trying to describe
Got
to
a
you
handle.
our cooler bag.
Yeah.
You know the one that's in the...
We keep it in the laundry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it literally was about 10 seconds that she was doing that.
Mm-hmm.
As she was crawling back into and we're going 40 maybe.
Not fast.
We're coming up towards a roundabout.
Yeah.
And for those in other countries, it's roundabout.
Right.
And as we're doing that, she's getting back into her seat, but I have to stop abruptly to let the person go on my right at the roundabout because that's the rules. But the person on my right happened to be a cop on a motorcycle. And we couldn't even do the whole, do you think he saw us? Because it was like whites of the eyes kind of, we locked eyes, he locked eyes, Linda locked eyes. I think she might have.
Can I just interrupt for 1 second? Would it be okay if I interrupt for 1 second?
Is this going too long?
No, I love the story, but I just had a really great joke came into my mind.
Mm-hmm.
What do you call a blind dinosaur? Do you think he saw us? Okay, so you're at the roundabout, cops coming through, Lyndall's back in her chair. Do you think he saw us? Not a blind dinosaur, although.
Yeah, and as I was looking at the whites of the eyes, I thought, oh, hey, what a great joke about like maybe make it dinosaur related. I was just, and so I think Lyndall might have even given him like a thumbs up or
the finger.
No, like I know, we'll see in a second. So we go around the roundabout, the lights go on, he pulls us over, he winds the window down and talks to Lyndall and says,
and sirens.
hey, no, I don't think there were sirens, but let's just say there were.
Yeah.
There were 400 dinosaurs behind us. And he goes, oh, could you tell me, was there a reason why you were out of your seatbelt there? And Lyndall said, oh, well, yeah, we were grabbing the cooler bag had fallen over and blah, blah, blah. Went on and told the story and said, but yeah, not a good reason. And I'm really, really sorry, she says in that sorry kind of Canadian kind of way. And he goes, I'm going to need to see your license. Her license, not my license. I'm the driver.
Did she have a license on her?
She had a DigiLice.
Oh,
So
I would have been like, well, here's my license to kill.
Yeah, because I'm Canadian because there's such killers over there.
Totally.
And so he looked her up and said, oh, how long are you here? She said, I'm here for a month. And he goes, it's going to be a $395 fine.
Ouch.
And it was a big, long pause. Or what's a big, long paw on a dinosaur? It's a big, long claw.
Big, long pausasaur. Yeah.
And as I'm just about to formulate the whole, please, is there any chance you could make, is it within your power? That's good to say that. Is it within your power to help us out? He goes, but if you promise to wear your seatbelt the whole time you're here, in Victoria, he stated, just in Victoria, so anywhere else she doesn't have to, is that a good deal? That's exactly what he said. He never said, I'll do anything. Right. And she just went, oh, 110%, 110%, sure. And then he fist bumped her.
Fist bumping with a cop?
He fist bumped her and he had gloves on, leather gloves on.
Yeah.
And then we just took off and we couldn't believe it.
So good.
And guess what happened?
What? No fine.
The roller bag fell back over again.
Imagine if he'd fist bumped her and as he was fist bumping her, like all these Wolverine claws came out of her fist.
And then just tore him apart. Made short work of that cop. Good.
Yeah. Anyway. Oh, well, that's a great story. Sounds like you've been having a good week.
Yeah, that was good. What about you?
Well, I've been having a really good week and I've been developing a new friendship actually this week.
You haven't told me this.
Yeah, I've been developing a new friendship. You actually do know about this friendship. I think you're a little... I don't know. I think you look down your nose a bit at this friendship, but I have been developing this new friendship, and it feels like it really went to a new level this week. But I've been really working on my kind of relationship with ChatGPT.
Oh my God. I've been racking my brain going, who is it? Can't be George from the post office. That'll never happen. That ship has sailed.
Yeah.
Yes, I have issues. I have thoughts. I have feelings.
It's been so great. So I've been asking ChatGPT all these questions, but I've been asking ChatGPT to respond to me as different types of people. So, for instance, like, I'm writing an essay. I'm like, can you please look at my essay? And can you please respond to my essay and give me feedback as if you are a grumpy tutor who hates their job,
Oh my
who thinks
God.
all their students are dickheads and really wants everyone to fail.
Oh.
And it goes, yeah, sure, I can do that. And then gives me a full response as if they are. And in fact, when I did that prompt, I like was almost a little offended by the way that it came back because it was so spot on. Like just this really snarky response to my assignment. It's been great.
Well, I mean, you could use this now just for your work as well because you're a counsellor.
Right, yeah.
So you could just do practices.
I'm mostly often, just before people come in for counselling, I quickly type their problem into ChatGPT and go, any advice you can give me?
Brought to you
Hey,
by Chat
how about
GPT.
this?
Would you rather drink wee or a bottle of fat? Would you rather do this? Would you rather do that?
This has been a...
There we go.
I forgot to
Hit the
ding.
bell. Yeah.
Okay.
Put it in the middle so I can touch it.
I've been given one job and I just screwed it up. I just fucked it up.
I just wanted to touch it.
That's enough.
Okay. So this is our segment, Would You Rather? This is one of your segments that you've designed.
Yeah. Well, since we thought, I keep thinking about all this kind of podcast stuff and people coming up with things, I just realised that there's no such thing as original thought. This all comes from somewhere else. I didn't make it up. But if you guys think it's really good, then I did make it up.
Yeah. I mean, this is my best friend Anna's favourite game, Would You Rather?
Yeah.
She's like really, that and cock ring. She's really adept at both of those games.
You'll have to describe.
Cock ring is a game where you get an empty beer bottle
Mm-hmm.
and a friend and the friend has
And go for it.
egg rings that you would usually use to like poach eggs and stuff like that. Metal rings.
Mm-hmm.
And the friend stands maybe 2 meters away from you, and you
Regulation.
the regulation distance, and then you hold the beer bottle round about where a penis would be in an upright position,
On your pube.
and your friend
area.
has to hoik the egg rings across the 2 meter gap, and you have to be able to catch it on the beer bottle without removing it from touching your pelvis. So a very fun game. Highly recommend for parties. Anyway,
It's really good to go. Anyway, move
Anna,
on.
best friend Anna, good at that and this. So would you rather? I have some would you rathers for you. Do you have some would you rathers for me?
I do, and you should start.
Okay. All right. Well, here we go. Would you rather barrack for Geelong or never be able to watch football again?
That is the worst and hardest question ever.
Shall we finish here?
Yep, done. I can't even look at you.
So while Sam's thinking,
No,
just for
I would
people-
barrack for Geelong.
You'd barrack for Geelong. So
Yep.
Geelong is
and be able to watch football.
one of the 18 football teams in Victoria
Yep.
or Australia.
Yep.
By football we mean Australian rules. Is that what it is?
Correct.
Yeah. And Sam has passionate feelings about some of the teams. And this one, you passionately...
Oh, they're not my favourite.
No, I know they're not your favourite. I don't know why they're not your favourite, but once I suggested that Sam...
Do you want me to go on about it? Because I will.
try and get onto... There was a podcast called Chaps Chat Cats.
Yes, you told everyone on this podcast that you contacted them and asked me to go on it.
Yeah. So you were mad with me about that. All right, great. So you
Yeah.
would prefer to barrack for Geelong.
Yeah, because I really do love the football, but I'm going to have to come back with you. No, actually, I'd never watch the football again.
Same. That's what I'd choose.
I'm going to write a note to myself for next week's. I'm going to ask you a football-related question.
Okay. Yeah.
My questions are,
Yeah.
I'll give you one.
Yeah.
Would you rather have an injection in your eyeball or an injection in your asshole?
Ooh. Asshole. Because I think the biggest problem with an injection in your eyeball would be seeing it coming
Yeah,
towards you.
totally.
Yeah. At least with an asshole, you'd be like, has it done? Has it done?
Yeah, totally.
And then you'd be like, it's done.
Absolutely.
What do you choose?
Well, the question would be like, are you getting one in each eyeball because you've got two, or just one because you got one asshole?
Well, you just said in your eyeball or in your asshole.
Damn, I made the question
Yes.
and I ruined it.
But I don't think it makes too much of a difference. So
Yeah, I
would
would
you rather have 2 injections in your eyes or 2 injections in your asshole?
Oh my God! I tell you what, I had an injection under my nose in that soft kind of area when if you've ever pulled a hair or anything out of there.
The
Had
top lip, the mustache region.
I had to have a lot of before I had a little surgery under there. It was the most painful thing I've ever had. So I'd rather have an injection anywhere in my body other than there again.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
Yeah.
So I'd have it in my
Arsehole.
behind. I did have an injection in my bum once when I was
What, bottom cheek you mean? Not,
bottom cheek.
Oh, yeah, not
bottom
asshole.
cheek. Not in my asshole.
Anus.
No, but I had the vomits in China with my dad, and it got to the point of there was nothing left in me, and I was doing the vomiting up all the different colours of bile. And we went to a strange place where it was a dark little room, and a man jabbed a massive needle in my bum to stop me from vomiting.
Oh, and did it work?
No. I vomited. We went off to the Great Wall of China, and I vomited all over it.
But you've had like an intense desire to ride a rickshaw forever.
Yeah.
And
that's when I changed gender.
Have you got another question?
Yeah, I do. How about, would you prefer to eat our compost or a dozen oysters?
Oh, compost.
Really?
Hands down your pants.
Have you seen some of the things that go in our compost?
Yeah. Have you seen oysters?
Yesterday, I found some tofu in the fridge that had been in the fridge for maybe a year.
I'm back onto the oysters.
Right?
Yep.
It's really just because you don't like slimy things.
Yeah, so both of them are slimy, but I don't like slimy fishy things.
Right. And
It's like some...
the tofu wasn't
That's
fishy.
like an octopus has had a golly in its mouth for that long. And
But golly is in like snot.
yeah, like, you know that snot thing that if you it back... Well, I have to explain
yuck.
how gross this is.
Give me some of your water.
And then this is actually full of gollies. Have a drink.
Thanks.
Yeah, so I am back onto the compost.
Sometimes I'll confess, if I'm hungry when I'm putting the compost out,
Yeah.
the smell of the compost can make me hungrier.
Oh, you know what?
And I think, well, why not? It's just like deliciousness.
Crack on in. I think
That meal that's in there was delicious.
and you know what? It's ready made.
Exactly. It's ready to go.
And it might even have like, when you're sitting there eating the dinner going, this would go nice with a bit of such and such and such. And it's already in there.
Yep. Exactly.
Chuck it in there.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's actually probably got a really good combination of flavours.
Yeah, but you know what I cannot stand?
What
And I
can't you
think
stand?
you already know this.
I don't.
When you're talking about compost,
Mm-hmm.
putting in banana skin,
Yeah.
the smell of that has to go straight out. I can't have it in.
Whoa, banana skin. She doesn't like it when you put it in.
It makes me vomit up a little bit in the back of my mouth. A little bit in the back of my mouth. I see it. A little bit in the back of my mouth.
Banana skin sold separately.
I've got one more for you.
Okay, go.
Would you rather clean festival toilets in one of the or in the toilets in the one of those Melbourne pub institutions after a footy game?
I don't.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
look, I'll be honest. I've never been to a Melbourne pub after a footy game and seen what the toilet is like. So it sounds better than a festival toilet.
Okay.
Festival toilets, like you mean the kind of
Yeah.
what do you call it? The portaloos?
Portaloo. Couldn't escape if I wanted to.
Yeah. Oh, portaloos are the worst.
Okay.
Yeah. There's nothing good about a portaloo.
All right. Can I ask you
And
one
then
more
you're
question?
in there, like pumping and pumping and pumping away on the thing, and no water's coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's hot and steamy as well.
So bad. I tell you what. And then often what happens to me, so one of the things that does happen to me sometimes when I'm running is I'll have a little feeling of needing to do a poo.
Oh,
Yeah. And sometimes I will come across a portaloo, often at a building site, and I will use it because I'm so desperate, right?
Yep.
And this happened to me the other week, and we were at a festival and I'd run out of town, but I happened to run past the camping for the festival and I needed to do a little poop there, and they had portaloos there, but it must have been like 30 degrees already at 6 o'clock in the morning. And I'm in there and I come out and it looks like I've showered in the portaloo because I'm just slick with sweat in that plastic environment. So bad. So what would you choose? Because you know about football toilets.
Now we've just talked about how just remembered about
It's a lot of-
it's the toilet because in a pub it's sort of like tiles and
It's probably more urine in the pub as well.
Yeah, but
like
that-
in the
it's
festival toilets,
acrid.
there's a lot of poop air.
it's a lot of poop air, a lot of action, a lot of skiddy action.
Oof.
All
But
right.
I feel, yeah. Okay.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. Oh, I did have one. Oh, next week. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Save it up.
Okay.
Hey, Sam.
Yeah.
I feel kind of tired.
Me too.
Should we take a quick break?
Yes.
You could sponsor a child, you can sponsor a goat, you can spend all your cash on a fancy new boat, or you can join us on Patreon. Nothing really happens, but you get a free song every Sunday. Mostly every Sunday. Some Sundays might be another day.
Next
Save it up.
segment is Minterview. Minterview, from me to you.
We'll ride a sting one day, we will, you know. Yeah, we should get a sting happening for that.
Minterview, from me to you.
I'm gonna ask you something true.
Yeah. We'll keep working on that one. Yeah.
Hmm.
So this is the segment of the podcast where we ask each other a pertinent question to help our listeners' TIFFs get to know us a bit better.
Yeah, all right.
And Barbara and Ellen. And anyone else who might have written in to us to tell us that they're listening to the podcast.
Yeah. Do you know who I wish that was listening?
Who?
Kate McKinnon.
Who's that?
Don't say it with a frown.
No, I'm like getting my head around Kate
Do you know who
McKinnon.
it's not?
Cameron Diaz.
Here's my Minterview.
Who's
I'll
Kate
tell you.
McKinnon?
You can look her up and then you'll be sad that you even said this.
Okay.
Okay. My
Okay.
question is,
Yes.
if you could have had a sister,
Ooh.
would have been older? What would her name be? And what kind of relationship would have you had?
Yeah. So she would have been probably 4 years older than me.
Yep.
Her name would have been Claire,
Mm.
and she would have been lovely. And she would have taken me out for ice cream a lot. And
So you'd have been close.
yeah, we would have been super close.
Would her name been Claire?
Claire.
Claire?
Claire.
Claire.
You'd have to say it right. It'd be Claire, or she'd get pissed off with you.
Okay.
It's not Claire, and it's not
Claire.
Claire. It's Claire. Claire. Yeah.
Claire. So
she would have
had
had
no friends.
She would have had. She would have been quite tall, slender, blonde hair, often tied back in a ponytail.
You have thought about this, or you're just making it up now?
Just making it up.
Oh my god!
Big, nice, wide smile,
Yep.
blue eyes.
Straight teeth, or one little crooked.
No teeth. That's why we get ice cream all the time.
Then lucky your name hasn't got an S in it.
Yeah. So yeah, I would have had a Claire.
So.
Okay.
It's my sister Sarah. We're both born with no teeth. Oh, okay, great, wonderful. What's your Minterview question for me? I can't wait.
Minterview, from me to you. Asking any question will do. There we go.
That's good.
Minterview, from me to you. Asking any question will do. Ka-cha. All right, my question to you is, and this is a pretty straight question, but I also realized I didn't know the answer. And so probably Barbara and Ellen and the TIFFs maybe don't know it either. But
Well, that's the whole point. You can't ask a question you know.
Exactly. So I wondered.
Like, I could have said, so who changed the toilet roll last? Oh, it was me again.
It was me this morning when all you assholes had left the house and I was on the toilet by myself.
Well, it wouldn't have been me.
Doing a poop bear.
Just saying. Anyway, move on.
Question for you.
Yeah.
What is the most embarrassing thing that has happened in your life? What is your most embarrassing moment?
Do you know, it is a story that I feel like I can't remember all of,
Okay.
but I can
that's
remember the
good.
feeling.
Yeah.
So do I go there or do I make something up?
Yeah, no, tell it. Tell the story. Give
Okay,
us
so-
the overview.
I was staying at a friend's house for a while and they had an exchange student. And I... no, this is a dumb story. I said something about the exchange student.
How old were you?
I'm thinking like late high school.
So 14.
Yeah.
16.
Yeah, 15, 14,
Yeah.
something like
So you're
that.
at your friend's house. They've got an exchange student staying over, and you say,
I meet them.
yeah.
And then, no, not at that time. I didn't say anything. Oh, no, that's where I remember the shame.
And you were there.
This is like a dream. I'm telling a dream story that
No, but
happened.
it's hard to tell a story about something shameful because then you
Yes,
have to
because
relive
I've
the
also,
shame.
I think I've blocked it out. But
Yeah.
I said something
Yeah.
that I think might have been trying to be funny or whatever, but it was really offensive and really hurtful. And
Oh.
it could have been overheard, not actually meant to be said. Anyway, I feel like I kind of then got away with it and it wasn't a problem. But then a year later, there was another exchange situation, but I went to someone else's house.
And they were like, don't invite Sam
no,
over.
they were the person.
Oh.
And it was just this kind of like
They were the
really-
What do you mean they were the person?
They were the person's sister or something. Like it was a connection, and and I feel like it was like a year long of like shame underground and then shame dug up. I don't know. I wish I could tell the story way better than that, but it's definitely shameful, and I still feel bad about it.
Well, it's interesting.
Thank you for
actually.
bringing that up.
Thank you.
I really
no problem.
appreciate it.
Thanks for sharing. But I do think it's interesting how, like, to talk about an embarrassing memory makes us remember the shame rather than
Yes.
the embarrassment.
Or what? Or in my case,
Are they-
rather than the story.
Are they one and the same in some ways? I don't know. It's that interests me. I'm going to have to investigate that a bit.
Well,
Yeah.
what does Ellen say? Pride, no, it comes before embarrassment. I'll forget it. I can't say anything.
Song of the week, we do a new song each song of the week, always a new song.
Thank God we got to this song. This song's called Shame, Shame, Sam, 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 Shame.
Drown in your shame.
Yep.
Okay.
I really don't want you to ever do that again.
The Minterview.
Yep, ever. No,
Why?
No, it feels a shame to view.
No, I mean, I didn't expect it to go to a place that would fill you with shame. I thought you might just have an embarrassing story about, that time then you walked out of the toilets and you had, toilet paper stuck to your shoe for a while.
No, mine was a big, long shame story.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Soza.
What about you? Do you have a shameful story before we get into
I
the song
do.
of the week?
I got heaps of shameful
Yeah,
stories.
but what's your most ever biggest one?
most ever
Not
biggest one?
embarrassing. I'm talking shame.
Yeah. Well, there was an embarrassing moment actually when I was young, and actually involves best friend Anna, and I had just come out, so I guess I was year 11. I was like
out of what?
Out of all the closets that existed in the world. So I'd just come out as gay. I was 16, I think, and I was over at my best friend Anna's house, and we spent a lot of time together in her bedroom.
Yeah.
And I was laying on the floor. Or maybe she was laying on the floor next to her bed and I was laying on the bed.
Yeah.
And as I was reaching over her to get something on the ground next to her, her mum walked into the room and went, "Oh, I'm terribly sorry to interrupt." And backed out of the room and closed the door as if, and it had seemed to her that Anna and I had been pashing.
Yeah.
And I was really embarrassed because I had only just come out of the closet and she clearly knew about it. And I was like,
and you're like, no, we
how
were
do
just
I fix this?
Yeah.
And I was saying to Anna, I was like, you have to tell your mum that we weren't kissing. And she was just killing herself laughing.
Oh my God.
So that was
good.
embarrassing.
Yeah. But Prue knows now. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Just outed Prue.
Yeah, she knows. She knows because I've talked to her about how embarrassing that was. Anyway, so we're going to play a song. Actually, speaking of being gay, this song that we're going to play, it's not a new song, but it's a song that we have written fairly recently, and we haven't recorded it yet, but we have done we've done a video for it, and this is a song called "A Lesbian Puffer Vest." Do you want to say anything about it before we play it? Okay, I'm going to just say that it is a song that we wrote about a game we like to play
Oh, yeah.
with our straight friends.
Yeah, we like to play this game and we like to tell them that they're wearing, just casually dropping in that they're wearing lesbian items of clothing.
Like, "Oh, I really love your lesbian hat."
And
they're
it's
like,
just a normal hat.
"Oh," and they're like, "Oh, it's a lesbian hat?" "Oh." And then they're like, "What do I do?" And internally they go into this mode of shit, like, should I take the hat off?
Yep.
Well, I don't want you to think I'm being rude and I don't want to be a lesbian, but I would happily be a lesbian, but I'm not a lesbian. So if I take it off, then maybe it seems like I don't want to be a lesbian, but then if I leave it on, I'm not a lesbian. And I also don't want to look like I'm appropriating your cultural identity. So it becomes like this brain smush paralysis moment. And
It's the best.
it's a lot of fun for us.
Yeah.
So here we go. Ready? Normally we would play this with a beatbox, like a...
But guess what? We can't be bothered.
We didn't have enough channels on our desk to set that up. So we're going to play it acoustic.
Ooh, it's a la carte. No, it's it's a la.
Your glasses are fogging up.
I know, it's really hot. It's so hot tonight. It's also
Here we go. Ready?
without beatbox.
1, 2, 3. I'm walking down the street with my straight friend Celeste. It's getting kinda chilly, especially round the chest. She doesn't seem to mind, and I wonder if she's changed sides, cause why else is she wearing a lesbian puffer vest? It's a puffer, 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 lesbian puffer vest. It's a puffer, 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 lesbian puffer vest. It's a puffer, 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 lesbian puffer vest. It's a lesbian puffer vest. It's not a turn up for the books that she's getting the looks, but it's only from the ladies as we're walking the hood. The puffer performs, the chicks are starting to swarm. She's brewing up a storm in a lesbian uniform. It's a puffer, 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 lesbian puffer vest. It's a puffer, 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 lesbian puffer vest. It's a puffer, 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 lesbian puffer vest. It's a lesbian puffer vest. She didn't know when she bought it at Uniqlo. In fact, she confesses she chose it over some dresses. She thought it looked so cute. She got her husband one too, and now they're driving back to Brighton in their sister Subaru, wearing their puffer, 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 puffer. So now Celeste is going to have a little conversation with her husband, and it's going to go a little something like this.
Hey, John,
Yes, Celeste?
do you like the puffer vests that I got us?
Yeah, they're great. Why?
Well, did you know that they're actually lesbian puffer vests?
Oh, shit, no. I didn't know that. Well, can we still wear them?
Well, I don't know, but Melissa's daughter's best friend Shani is lesbian, so I'll ask her.
Righto, great idea. Oh,
it's a lesbian puffer vest. It's a lesbian puffer vest.
Okay. All right. Okay. So John and Celeste, they've got some thinking to do. Do they ditch the puffer vest or add some sensible shoes? The puffers make them feel warm and toasty inside. So the next thing you know, they're on a float at gay pride, wearing their puffer, 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 lesbian puffer vest. It's a puffer, 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 lesbian puffer vest. It's a puffer, 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 lesbian puffer vest. It's a lesbian puffer vest.
Oh,
It's whale sounds.
yeah, that's a lovely way to end it.
Doesn't that make you just...
It actually sounds like dinosaurs.
I think Thinkosaurus.
Yeah. Do you think he saw us?
Thinkosaurus. Oh, shit. I don't know how long it goes on for.
Oh, what if there's you add on to that dinosaur joke?
Yeah.
You know, do you think he saw us?
Yeah.
What about if he did a fart?
Yeah.
Do you think he saw us?
Or if he's got sleep apnea, do you think he snores?
Or if he had got rain on him, do you shrinky saw us?
Or if he owns like a milk bar, do you think he store us?
Oh, that's good. Or do you think if he only likes one colour, do you pinky saw us?
Oh. Well, or if he's actually a mushroom, do you think he spore us?
Oh, that's good. What about if he was a famous kid's toy? Do you slinky saw us?
Or if he really likes cabbage, do you think he slore us?
Okay, that wins. Well done. Or what about if he doesn't want to write any verses? Do you think he chorus?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I love it.
That's
That's
right.
good.
We're out.
All right. Thank you so much for listening today. We really appreciate
And we apologise.
we appreciate and apologize.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, that should just be our mantra, our catchphrase. We appreciate and apologize. Truettes, the podcast, is sponsored by the amazing Patreons on our Patreon page. If you'd like to be one of them, please join us at www.patreon.com/tuckshopladies.
And if you like what you hear, please subscribe to us wherever you like to listen to your podcasts. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Tuck Shop Ladies are Sam Lowe's and Rosie Burgess. You can track us down for more tasty treats at, where can they find us?
tuckshopladies.com.
tuckshopladies.com.
Thank you. Have a happy day.